Hi, I'm Charlie Albone, resident garden expert for STIHL Australia, and I'm here at the magnificent Royal Botanic Gardens in Cranbourne, Victoria, where the professionals are going to be taking me through their autumn reboot process. Let's check it out. John, it's so nice to meet you, and thank you for having me in this amazing garden. It's spectacular.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Charlie. Welcome to the Cranbourne Gardens.
What an awesome place to work. You're a lucky man.
Indeed, it's a great spot.
So John, tell me about an autumn reboot.
Autumn's a great season to get into the garden because the heat of the summer's gone.
Yep.
That harsh, hot summer's gone. Much more gentle on plants, much more gentle on people who are facilitating tasks in the garden. There's available moisture, so it's a great time to actually start a whole bunch of activities.
So when you first look at a tree, do you remove the disease, the crossing branches, and then do shape, or do you do it all as one?
Look, I think it comes down to what the brief for that particular tree is.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's about reading the tree,
right,
and understanding what the objective is in that pruning,
and what it's trying to do naturally, and I guess work with its natural shape.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It could be all those things. It could be, simply just a canopy reduction, and in eucalypts this is a fantastic time to thin, reduce the weight in some branches. Yeah, I think it is about reading
each individual tree, and I guess doing your research, knowing what the tree wants to do, and try and do that. Try not to fight the tree's natural instinct to grow. So, John, you're known for your world-class pruning techniques here. This is something I have not seen in, should we say, a contrived environment. I've seen it in nature, but this looks exactly like you've pulled it up straight off a coastline. Yeah,
the aim with this particular Melaleuca was to prune it as if it had been windswept at the coast by the prevailing breeze.
Yes.
Because you'll see that on the coast. You'll see these plants that are leaning over because of the salt spray. Yeah. That's sort of salt pruning. And in the seaside garden, we wanted to try and capture that sort of look and feel.
Yeah.
And without that prevailing breeze or salt-laden winds, we did it with secateurs and loppers.
So you obviously couldn't do this to a mature tree. It starts at an early age, is that right?
Oh, yeah, certainly. The pruning of this one actually started as a little seedling.
Okay.
And what we've got here is a plant that's probably 3 years old.
Yes.
That we're training. The idea is that we'll get a stronger line of these windswept Melaleucas.
Yes.
But back in the nursery, we actually start to train
when they're very young.
When they're very young, yeah. So this particular one is planted at a 45-degree angle, which. Right.
So that's the start. You can plant it on a bit of an angle rather than plant it in the ground upright and then try and prune it over. Yeah. Okay.
So there's almost a little bit of we're breaking some fundamental horticultural rules here. Yeah. So planted as an angle, and anything. So we're encouraging this sort of lateral growth.
Sure.
We're really pruning to a couple of leaders that are on that plane.
Yep.
Because this shape will stay in perpetuity. This will end up getting much woodier and much bigger in this side branch.
So John, what tools would you use to prune something like this?
So at this scale, we'd be using high quality hand tools, steel hand tools, to do some of that kind of light pruning.
And for something larger, like the one behind us?
If we were removing a structural branch, that's where loppers would come in.
Yep.
And if the tree was allowed to grow to its normal scale and size, there'd absolutely be an application for chainsaws, because it does, hard to believe, but it does form a reasonably substantial tree when not treated like this.
And how long does it take to grow into something like this?
We're talking about a 12-year-old plant here.
Okay. Yeah. So this is about 3 years?
3 years, 12 years, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's some bonsai techniques in here, trying to miniaturise and almost abstract nature.
Yeah, it looks lovely. John, thank you so much for all your expert knowledge today. It's been really excellent.
Oh, Charlie, it's been a pleasure. It's been great to show you, some of the Australian garden today. It's been great.
For more professional tips from my visit to the Royal Botanic Gardens in Cranbourne, head to the STIHL blog.